Hey guys, and welcome to another Tekkit tutorial.
Yeah, so this video should be the second last video for current exchange.
So we're going to show you the rings and some different things. So this is the Vulcanite amulet.
Yeah, and this one's the every type one. We're gonna show you all the uses later on in the video, like usually.
So we're going to show the rest of the items and rings and things.
Right now we're just showing how to craft the fuels, which we showed how to make them from collectors, but now we're just showing you the actual recipes.
So these are the different fuels, like alchemical coal, Mobius fuel, and now Aeternalis fuel.
Pretty simple, just repetitive recipes.
Right, so this is a Nova catalyst.
And now this one's the Nova Cataclysm. So this one's a catalyst of destruction catalyst.
This one's a hyperkinetic lens.
And now we're gonna combine the last two to make a catalytic lens. Right.
So what we're just going to do here is make some dark matter blocks.
Yeah, because it's in some of the recipes.
So what this is a dark matter pedestal.
And that one has a lot of uses. Right here we're just showing you a Clean Start Omega fully charged, so you can see how much EMC it actually holds. And it took us all that we've created to make it to fully charge it.
Right, so this is a gem of eternal density.
And right now we're just going to show you how it works, and it basically converts material into better material, like gold will turn it into diamonds if you have enough.
Now we accidentally left it on for a while and it started turning all of our dark matter into red matter and so on.
As you can see, it's just going away there, turning anything that can be upgraded into the upgrade.
Right, so this is a Watch of Flowing Time.
Pretty cool item. Again, we'll cover it later on. And finally, there's the Mercurial Eye. That's all the items. Now we're gonna move on to the stones.
Right, so this is a body stone.
And then we're gonna do the Soul Stone.
And then we're going to put it together with the body stone to make a life stone.
And finally, then there's the Mind Stone.
Right, so that's it for the stones.
And now we'll just move on to the rings. So all the rings require this iron band.
It's sort of like the base item for the all of the different rings.
And the first one here is the Archangel's Might.
Second one we're going to make here is called a black hole band.
Yep. And we can mix it up with the Gem of Eternal Density to get a Void Ring, which just combines the power of the two. So here's the Harvest Goddess Band.
And this is the Ring of Ignition.
And this was my favorite one, Swift Wolf Rending Gale.
This is called the Zero Ring.
And we can just combine all of them to make the Arcana Ring.
So Swift Wolf, Zero Ring, Ring of Ignition, and the Harvest Goddess Band, along with some red matter.
And you get the Harvest Goddess Band and the Zero Ring back.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to jump into the different uses of all of these.
So by double tapping space, like in creative mode, you can fly by having the Swift Wolf in your inventory. In your hotbar, my bad. And if it's actually raining and you shoot with right click, you will bring lightning down on mobs.
Now if it's raining but it's not a lightning storm, you can shoot up into the air and it'll create a lightning storm.
Yeah, so basically lightning will come down at random. And if it's not raining, you can just shoot it at mobs and they'll go flying.
As you can see, if I can actually manage to hit him, you can send the skeletons flying.
You do need to have EMC, also like a clean start in your inventory so it works. As you can see, there they go flying. So now we're gonna move on to the ring of ignition in a second.
Right, so the ring of ignition right clicks and you can create a 3x3 little
Yeah,
box of fire.
it actually shoots a ball that makes that wall, so you can send it long distances. By pressing C, I believe, you make this giant wall of fire in the direction that you're aiming.
And each little item here, all the different rings can be turned on and off with G.
Yep, and G turns this mode on, which basically, if you walk, it sets stuff on fire around you. So this was the black hole band, which once you turn it on, it sucks items right into you.
Now this is good if you're using it with a pickaxe, say you're mining something and you turn this on, you can leave it in your hotbar while it's on and you can use a pickaxe.
The void ring actually combines this one and the gem of eternal density, so whatever you suck in gets turned into something better. And here we're just sucking, if you use it on a liquid, it actually sucks it up like a bucket would.
Except it doesn't give you a bucket of water, it just sort of eats it.
Yeah, it disappears it. So it's good for like getting rid of lava lakes or whatnots. And here's the void ring doing the same thing.
So as you can see, if there's any way to clear out a lake, this is definitely the best one. Or I guess you could use pumps.
Yeah. Right, so now we're gonna use the Archangel Smite, which is uses up arrows.
Now you can do this by holding arrows in your inventory, like I am. Or you can use up EMC. Now it'll also eat up like cobblestone, which is 14 apiece. That's because cobblestone is worth 1 EMC,
So
and
you'll
arrows
use
are 14.
Yeah, so I'll use 14 cobblestone each time. And the arrows are actually homing arrows. And you can just, if you press G, you'll spam arrows around. And with left click, it actually shoots 10 arrows at a time. So it eats up a lot of EMC, but extremely powerful.
So this is the 0 ring.
And when you walk around, once it's turned on, it freezes water and lays snow on the ground.
If you right click, it throws a snowball.
And that's about it for this ring. If you're on water, it'll freeze it if you have G turned on.
As you can see, you can right click with it and freeze an area of water. The same thing goes for snow. If you right click, you can drop it all as well.
As you can see, we're just walking and there around us turns to snow.
Right, so we're just going to go back quickly here and show you the Harvest Goddess band.
And just by having it on around the field should stay tilled, and the wheat and stuff will actually grow twice as fast.
Now it says twice, but as you can see here, it's growing insanely fast. What we would think is much more than twice.
Yep. And it'll actually harvest the stuff automatically once it's fully grown.
Now you may not think that that's the most amazing idea, but once we show you the pedestal, you'll be able to understand why it might be more useful.
And here's just the Arcana ring, which combines the past 4 rings.
Now to change the mode of the Arcana ring, we just use the button C.
Yeah. If it's on red, you have the Ignition ring, and it has the same abilities. If you press C, it will go to yellow, and you have the same abilities as the Swift Wolf Rending Gale.
And if we press C again,
right now we're just showing the lightning mode.
yep, so all the same abilities we showed before.
And when it's green, it's just the Harvest Goddess band. And
So
you'll see them
again,
grow fast.
increase speed here.
And
Finally
then,
back to blue.
and it's just the 0 ring again.
Right, so this is the dark matter pedestal.
Yeah, to open the interface, use Shift and right click the pedestal, and you can place the rings in it. You can also place the Watch of Flowing Time.
To activate it, you can right click, and it should be able to automatically
Use the effect.
use the effect of the ring.
As you can see, stuff is growing fast around a 9x9 area around the pedestal. And harvest it and gets you the seeds. But if you actually put a chemical chest beside it, it'll get the stuff uh, back into that chest.
Now for the Archangel's Smite to be able to work, you're going to need to put a chest next to it with either EMC or arrows inside.
Yep. And it should shoot any mob around. So we didn't have any, so we just spawned a couple.
We'll just show that in just a second here.
But if you actually had the chest beside it, it'd get the wheat into the chest once it harvests it.
So as you can see, the same thing works for the Ring of Ignition. If we put it in here and right-click the pedestal, it'll automatically attack all of the...
Sets all mobs on fire, and the Archangel Smite would just shoot arrows at mobs.
So again, we didn't click it this time, but it still attacked him. It's sort of like a defensive field.
So kind of like an alternative to Tesla coil. And the black hole band, if you throw stuff around it, it'll suck items up and put in the chemical chest.
So it works a lot like an obsidian pipe, but with a higher range. This, coupled with all the different other items you can see, could be pretty powerful.
You could have several pedestals with different rings, so you could have the harvest one and the black hole band as well. And the swift roll one will just hit mobs with lightning.
So this is the life stone and the mind stone. Now what the life stone does is heals all your food and then proceeds to heal your hearts.
Yeah, so it's actually a combination because the body stone heals your hearts and the soul stone heals your hunger. So a life stone just does both in one inventory.
And remember, these are all activated with the G key.
Yeah. And this one's a watch of long time. When it's on, it's black, and when it's off, it's yellow. And it makes time go 30% faster. You can also put it on so it will work with seeds or like your machines or furnaces that will go 30% faster because time is going 30% faster.
Now you can also change the different speed type with the C key.
Yeah, and you can actually go back days or forward days in seconds by pressing with the C key.
So as you can see, we have sun scrolling forward and then sun scrolling backwards.
And you can put it on a pedestal to speed up time on the whole server for 30%. But you can actually have up to 10, I believe, of these pedestals with the watch of flowing time, so it would be a lot faster. So we're just messing around with the watch here.
So as you can see, you can just put it on a pedestal here, and it'll speed up time accordingly.
And if you don't want to have 10 of them in your inventory, you can just have them on 10 different pedestals, so the time goes a lot faster. And here's just a mind stone, which is supposed to store all your levels. And once you right-click, it'll suck them all out of you. And if you shift and right-click, it should give them back.
Now I was having trouble with this. I'm sure it probably works. We're probably not doing it very right. I don't think I was shift clicking.
Yeah, that's probably it then. But that's what it says on the wiki, so it should work.
So it's just a way of storing your experience.
In case you die. As for the alchemical tome, which we do have in our inventory, we will not cover it this video. We'll cover it on the last EE video we do, along with the infernal armor. So this is just messing around with the mind stone, but we did not get it to work.
Right, so we're going to move on.
Right, so now we're just organizing our inventory, and we're gonna use the destruction catalyst. And just by right-clicking, it digs out a hole. The bigger the shards, the more that it digs.
Now remember, to charge it, you use the V key, and to sort of decharge it, you can use Shift V.
Be very careful when you're using this, because if you're flying, you can run into a lava leak if you're not flying. It also gives you the stuff that you get in that black little bowl.
Right, so this is the hyperkinetic lens, and it should work by right-clicking to shoot something at your blocks, but it wasn't working at first.
Yeah, as you can see, it's not destroying them. Now we just have this one, which is more powerful, and it is working. See, now it's taking out bigger chunks.
So there are a few bugs to sort of work out in the equivalent exchange, or at least from what we found. Maybe it's the Technic pack.
But hopefully they'll be fixed in Tekkit 3.
So this is the
Ever-tight amulet, and if you just right-click, it shoots a ball with water.
and depending on your mode, you can either shoot a ball of water, or you can turn it on and you can breathe underwater.
It should also let you move faster in water.
Right, so the same thing goes for this amulet here.
Yeah, it uses right-click to shoot a ball of lava.
So this one's the Vulcanite amulet, and again, it's pretty much the same use. You can just right-click to shoot.
Yeah, that lets you breathe and not die in fire. And if you hit a mob with it, then you set it on fire. The fire should last until they die.
Right, so we're going to try and use the Nova Cataclysm and Nova Catalyst, but we're having a lot of trouble with them.
Yeah, they just, as you can see, you'll see it in a second, but they just disappeared.
So we're having some weird bugs with this one. But essentially what you're supposed to do is to power them with redstone, and it should blow up the terrain and give you everything back.
Yeah, it's kind of like a mining TNT.
So what it's supposed to do is blow up, use the same sort of radius, and the Cataclysm has a bigger radius, and it should give you every single item back, so you should feel free to use it on diamonds or whatever you'd like. In this case, it wasn't working at all.
It actually puts it beside you, so you can just grab it really quickly. But they just disappear once we turn them on. No idea why.
Right, so the very last thing here is called the Mercurial Eye.
It's got different modes that you can change with C.
So if you go to C here, you can open up this little sort of interface here, and you can put in a block that you'd like to build with. In our case, it's cobblestone.
You could use diamond blocks if you wanted.
So as you can see, by scrolling through, you can see all these different ways of creating things with it.
According to a charge level, the bigger it goes. Seems basic.
So this is just creation mode here, where you can create sort of walls and pillars and things.
So now we've just changed to transmute mode, which changes stuff into the thing you showed, so like cobblestone.
Right, so just by right-clicking, it turns everything into the item you want it to. And again, this all uses EMC. So pillar mode sort of extends your sort of platform, but it also fills everything below it.
Yeah, so it's good for like building giant, massive blocks or bridges.
So extension mode does the exact same thing that pillar mode does, but if you look down, it extends out, and below the platform, as you can see here, it doesn't fill underneath.
Yeah, so it's less wasteful, but
now if you're looking more on an angle, it'll do what I just showed you here, and if you're looking straight down, it won't. So that's about it for this equivalent exchange video.
yep. So see you guys. The next video should be on Tekkit 3. We'll see how it goes.
We might need to create a new server world for this, but thanks very much. Comment, rate, subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.